Hey everybody, I wanted to take a few minutes today to show you a quick trick that I learned recently for Zoom. It is how to set custom keyboard shortcuts for your frequently used Zoom settings. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set keyboard shortcuts for muting and unmuting your mic and then turning on and off the video camera. And the coolest thing about what I'm going to show you is that you're able to set it so that it's a global shortcut setting, meaning that you can be multitasking in a different application, like say checking your email or on a web browser, doing something else, and still be able to toggle these settings even if you don't have Zoom in focus. I should mention that currently, as a default setting, you are able to press the space bar when you're on mute in order to temporarily unmute yourself, which is a great way to ensure that by default you're muted, but when you want to engage in conversation, you can tap the space bar to do that. However, it's not a global shortcut setting, so if you're doing something else, you'll have to put the Zoom window back in focus in order to use that setting. So with this technique, it'll be much easier for you to engage and disengage those specific settings. Great. So what we're going to do is I have the Zoom window open here. I'm going to go into my preferences, and just a caveat that I'm doing this in Mac, so this is obviously a Mac-centric tutorial, but hopefully you can use this general guidance to configure it if you're using PC. So I'm going to go down to keyboard shortcuts, and the two settings that I want to set specifically are mute and unmute my audio, which is right here, and then start and stop video, which is down here. And I've already set this previously, and so when I'm actually doing this, you're not going to see anything change. But by default, you're probably going to see these shortcuts set, but they're going to be multi-key shortcuts. So something like Option, Command, and some letter. I don't personally prefer multi-key shortcuts just because I think they're hard to remember and they're less convenient than a single key. So in order to set this shortcut, I'm just going to go to this shortcut column in the mute and unmute my audio row and click inside that field. I'll then select a key on my keyboard to be the shortcut. In my case, I'm going to choose page up, and that's the symbol for page up there. I also want to make sure this enable global shortcut is selected. This is what will allow me to engage or disengage this setting irrespective of where I am. And then I'll do the same for start and stop video. Click inside this shortcut column field, and then I will set page down as my keyboard shortcut and ensure that enable global shortcut is selected. You want to make sure you select a key on your keyboard that is not frequently used, and the reason is because this will take over that setting, or at least they'll create some conflicts. And so for me, page up and page down actually are keys that are used. Let's say when I'm in my browser, I can hit page up or page down to have it scroll up or down, except for I don't use those keys, and so I'm totally fine overtaking them for my Zoom settings. And so, make sure you're taking that consideration. You're not using a keyboard shortcut like one of the letters on your keyboard or something. All right, so let's take a look at this in action. I'm going to toggle a new meeting, and I'm going to join the audio, and you'll see in the bottom left-hand corner that my microphone indicator is telling me that I'm receiving a signal, that there's input, and if I hit the page up button, you'll see that it's now muted. If I hit the page up button again, you'll see that it's unmuted. And the same for video. I will hit page down, and now you'll see that the video has been turned on. I'll hit it again, and now it's been turned off. So let's try something else. Let us open an application and see if it performs the same way. So I'm going to open up Spotify. Let's say I'm browsing around and I am looking through here. You'll see that in the bottom corner here, I still have my indicator visible. So I'm in Spotify. I hit page up and it has muted me. I hit page up again. It's unmuted me. So there you have it. Today we walked through how to set custom keyboard shortcuts for Zoom. Really handy for me personally. Hopefully it's helpful for you too. Thanks for watching.